Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Wednesday, December 14th, and we are so happy to be answering your financial questions. If you have one, whatever it is, go to the website, jillonmoney.com. Click the Contact Us button. You complete a form. At the end of the little form, it says, would you be willing to come on the air with us? And if you say yes, Mark does everything else. Because, Mark, you are the best executive producer in the world. You really are. If I don't tell you that enough, I tell the world that. I just want to make sure you hear that from me directly. While you're on the website, sign up for the free weekly newsletter. That's another Mark Talercio production, which he does every single Friday. And it's great. It'll prepare you for the weekend. All sorts of other stuff on the website. You can pre-order the new book. You can really go and check out all the different content that we produce. So check it out, jillonmoney.com. Today, we are joined by Carolyn, who's on the line from Savannah. Hello, Carolyn. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Jill?
Fantastic. What can we do for you?
Well, I've been listening to your program for several years now, and I've learned so much. And I have a question about if my husband and I can retire in the next year or two, and if we should take Social Security at 62.
Okay, I'm going to say yes and no. Let's go on. Move. I'm just kidding. Tell us about what's going on, and we'll find out if you can retire. I bet I'm going to say don't take Social Security at 62. So how old are you, Carolyn?
I'm 58, and my husband is 61.
He's 61. You're both working full time?
Yes, we are both working full time.
How much do you guys each earn?
Well, my husband makes about 160 plus about 10 or 15,000 in bonuses each year. Mm-hmm. And I just took a huge pay cut when we relocated. I'm making 52.
Okay. And are you both contributing to retirement accounts?
Yes.
Maxing or putting in some amount? What are you doing?
We are maxing now, especially in this past year or two, just trying to make up for a lot of lost time.
Are either of you going to be entitled to a pension?
Yes, I will be entitled to a pension at age 62, and that's going to be about $1,600 to $1,800 a month for the rest of my life.
That's great. But no, not for the hubby.
No. He does have an annuity with TIAA-CREF from a previous employer, so he is entitled to that at age 67, and that's going to be about $84,000 a year for him.
Whoa, that's huge.
I know.
Look at me, I'm excited. So the game plan, as you see it, would be, can you retire as soon as possible, or is it at that age, is it a 62? Is it, what do you think?
Well, my husband would love to do it as soon as possible, and he'll be 62 next October. I'm willing to wait till 62 until I start getting my pension. Okay. But he's really ready for a change.
He's fried, basically. Tell us about what you've saved. Forget about that TIAA contract, because I'll just put it over here on the side. What have you saved so far? Okay.
In my retirement fund, I have about $36,000 in a Vanguard rollover IRA, and I also have TIA 403B with about $17,000 from a previous employer and about $4,000 in a Roth from my current employer now.
Husband.
My husband, he has $630,000 in a 403B with TIA, and he has about $65,000 in a 401k with his current employer.
So, but I just want to make sure I don't double count, because when you say $600,000 in the 403B, is that the same money at 67 that pays out $84,000 a year?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry. Yes. So I'm repeating myself. Yes.
Okay. Got it. All right. And how about money in the bank?
We have $70,000 in an emergency cash and a high interest savings fund account. And I also have a brokerage.
How much?
It's about $499 now, $499,000 in a brokerage.
Can I call it $500,000, please? Can I round up by 1,000? I love how she, by the way, like Mark, completely burying the lead. Oh, and I also have, she's saying 7,000. I thought she was going to say 5,000 in a brokerage, and now it's 500 grand. So, wow, that's amazing. That is invested or mostly in funds. Like, how do you manage that?
It's about 72% are in equities, mostly ETFs and mutual funds. 13% it says fixed income, 11% alternative investments, and about 3% cash.
Okay. That's a lot of moolah. How about where you live? You own a home?
Yes. We just sold our house last spring and we moved. to Savannah, Georgia. So our house, we bought our house for 605, but now it's valued at about 675.
Did you buy it with a mortgage or no mortgage?
No, we paid cash, so we have no mortgage.
Holy crap. How much do you think you need when we're talking about like looking ahead, right? You know, you make a lot of money now. You make $200,000 together, I know, and you're not living on 200, but do you have an idea of how much you actually need?
I mean, not having a mortgage makes our cost of living, really low. I mean, I see us spending between 4 and 5,000 a month.
Okay, let's say 5,000 a month. Let's talk a little bit about the Social Security stuff because when we look ahead, if I were to do you were talking about 62. So let's look at 62 and then do you have the numbers for what it would be at 62 and what it would be at your full retirement age?
Yes. At 62, my Social Security benefit would be 1524.
Mhm.
And at 70, it would be 3,132.
Guess which one I like better?
At 70.
What about, do you have that middle number, the full retirement age, which is 67?
Yes, that says 2409.
Okay. And what about for hubby? Similar?
Similar. At 62, his says 2115. At
Mhm.
67, 3189. And at 70, 4,068.
Oh my God. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is you did talk about this money from TIAA CREF. So there's two ways to deal with a TIAA CREF, TIAA, I should say. You could annuitize it or you could keep it and you could roll it over. There's some rules about how you roll it over, but it's a possibility that you don't necessarily take that. But let's just presume that you do. Let's say that you're getting your $1,600 a month at your age 62, right? He is 3 years, so he's 65, right? So can we have him work for like one more year? Like at the end of next year? Can he do one more year? Can he be the end of 62 or not?
I think he can, yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking. I look at this in chunks. So if you guys, whatever you decide to do between you and him, that essentially that you're working for, another year or two and, you have some money coming in, you don't spend a lot of money, but you have that brokerage account. So all we need to do is look at that brokerage account as the bridge. You're going to it's the bridge between when you retire and when you're able to collect that money at age 67. So at age 67, you would have, and again, I don't even think you have to wait till 70 for your Social Security. Both of you can claim at your full retirement age, and you're essentially going to cover most of your needs. Not totally, but all I need to do is get you from whenever you retire, or both of you semi-retire, whatever it is, from that point to your Social Security full retirement age of 67. If that's the case, you're going to have to spend down some of the brokerage account to make it work. Okay. That's the only thing that's going to be weird for you. You're not used to spending money. You're used to saving money. So if you were to do that, I think that it would be really helpful if you could try to get yourself between now and then just to get in your mindset. Okay. Part of that money that's in that brokerage account has to be safer. You can't be 70% equities because you're going to spend a bunch of the money. So some of that money has to go into cash. By the way, for both of you right now, I don't even know if you have to max out your retirement plans anymore. I would put up to the match in each of your plans, and everything else should just go into savings because we just want you to we want to bulk up your savings. Okay. And then you're going to make sure that whatever you think you need. So let's just say you need $5,000 a month. All right. So you need $60,000 a year. Let's say you both retired next year. You'd need $60,000 for, until you could start claiming your $1,600 or $1,800 a month. And then you would reduce that amount by the amount of your pension. Then we get you to Social Security and you're done. But you got to have enough money to float you in between 60, 62, and 67. And you're going to have to spend some of the money in the brokerage account.
Well, I didn't tell you, but I do have sort of like fund brokerage accounts too that I didn't mention.
Okay. Well, what kind of fun are you having behind our backs?
I have a Robinhood account. So I have about 80,000 in Robinhood. Those are just individual stocks. And then I have about 55,000 in ETFs and Stash.
Do you have gains or losses in that Robinhood account?
I have gains. Yeah, 33% return.
Look at her. She's like, how dare you question me? I have gains.
How dare you, Schlesinger? How dare you?
Actually, the large brokerage account is the one that has some losses in it. But my
Okay.
Robinhood and Stash, I have gains.
Here's what I would do. Do you ever do anything called tax loss harvesting? Do you know what that is?
My financial person with my brokerage account did mention that to me this year.
Who's your financial person? I thought we were your financial people.
Well, I had one, but I wanted a second opinion because
All
I
right.
just wasn't sure.
You don't even like your financial person. That's why you're calling us. I can
Well,
tell.
I don't like the 1%. I definitely don't like the fee.
I love this woman so much. So, if you want to start managing it yourself, one thing you could do is immediately say, well, look, I'm going to manage it myself anyway. So, let's start like cleaning this up and start putting some money away and making sure that I have the money available and combining everything. Just pick one place to hold a brokerage account. Maybe, maybe it's Vanguard. You have your rollovers at Vanguard, right?
Right.
So if you moved your brokerage account, the Robinhood and the ETFs, and you pushed everything into one account at Vanguard, and then you can start the process of maybe minimizing the number of accounts, sell your losers against your winners, clear out some cash, make that cash available so you have it, and start to restructure this a little bit so that you can make your big brokerage account, which is now, $630 or $40,000. You make that is the money that you're going to be drawing on to get you from now until age 67. And that's going to be an important process. Now, the broker, the financial advisor, what are the kind of investments that are inside that brokerage account?
She has large cap funds, a couple of mid cap funds, value funds. There are a lot of funds because I was worried about that, why there were so many. There are at least 20 different funds in there.
Oh my God. Here's what I think you could do. You could roll everything into Vanguard, and instead of 1%, you could just start this process and use Vanguard Personal Service Advisor. It's like a $50,000 minimum, and you could actually get a person. In other words, you could work with somebody to help you rejigger this account and get to a more slimmed down version of a portfolio. And that might be very helpful for you because it sounds like there's just like a lot of stuff floating around.
Yes.
And I think what I would want to do before I stopped working, I would really want you guys to have 2 years of whatever the expenses you need, whatever it is. Like if you're going to keep working and you're like, you know what, my 50, he's making 0, but all we need is like another 20 or 25 grand a year. Make sure that 25 grand a year is in cash. Okay. And then when you're retired, maybe you don't really need that much more because you're going to have your pension. And so maybe you say like, I really only need 30 or 40, whatever you think you need to make up the difference. That money should be in cash. Okay. Because we don't want you to be subject to the whims of the market. And that's it. And then you're good. You're good to go. Don't claim at 62. You don't need to claim at 62. You have so much money.
Thank you. I mean, when I watch the markets and it goes down, and I check every day, and it goes down, it makes me worry.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You're going to make yourself crazy. Do not do that. Really. It's unnecessary. You have plenty of money. You've saved a boatload of money. You guys are in good shape.
That's reassuring.
Do you have your estate documents?
Yes, we do have a will.
You have some kids that are floating around?
Yeah, we have 2 adult kids, 23 and 27. They are doing well in their careers, but our term life insurance for them that we got when they were younger, that's coming, I guess it's expiring. Is that how it works?
Yeah, don't why you don't need it.
We don't need it after that.
Are they married with kids yet?
No, they're partnered, but they're not,
not married.
Young guys.
All right, so that'll be their own problem. Don't worry.
Right.
No, you don't have to pay for that. Definitely not.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
Carolyn, any other questions for us?
No, that'll be all. Thank you so much.
You guys are in good shape. You did a really good job. You really did. All right. Mark, on the day that we are recording this, we've had 3 unbelievable calls of people in financial fitness that like I can't even believe. And not everybody listening is going to feel that. Okay. So don't get all jelly. Don't get all freaky. Don't be fearful that you don't have what these other people have. Just come on the air and tell us about your situation, whatever it is. I don't care about anyone else. I care about you. So if you and your spouse, partner, mother, father, kid, if you, whatever it is that's going on for you, you need some help, we would like to assist you. Just go to our website, jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you'd be willing to come on the air. While you're on the website, pre-order the new book. It's called The Great Money Reset. Mark, this is like our day of great money resets. It's so exciting. People are changing their work and changing their wealth and changing their lives, which is just what I want to hear about, okay? All right, that is it for the program. Lift someone up. Grit, growth, grace. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.